Hello everyone, Terra here, and today we're gonna have another Transformer review. So I've decided to go with Beast Machine's Jetstorm. So just a little bit of history on this figure. This is from Beast Machine series that was released back in 1999, and this is a Hasbro's take on, well, not take, it's actually theirs. So this is Jetstorm from the series. He's supposed to be one of the three Vehicon generals, and he's probably one of my favorite villain characters from the Transformers in general, because he was quite fun actually. He was quite an interesting character. He tended to say all these funny puns in the series.
Well. Your situation exactly matches your location. Terminal.
And it kind of gave him a really nice twist, let's say. So, enough about the history, let's get on with the figure. For such an old figure, it's got quite a bit of a detail. You have this metallic dark blue color on most of his body, and then you also have this yellow, like a matte gloss yellow, and then you also have a bit of a lighter yellow on some of the jet parts, like the jet nose, and the hands are also a bit, not translucent, but it's a bit of a more light colored yellow. And you also have clear plastic parts, like the eyes, the backside. You can have actually light going through it. I don't actually have a flashlight to use now. There's also the missiles that are the same type of clear plastic, and the jet cockpit is actually clear. I think it's clear. It's like a really dark green, and there's red on the sides. Size comparison. Here he is with Voyager Leo Breaker, Master Grade Strike Freedom, Iron Factory's Optimus Primal, and also Masterpiece MP01 Optimus Prime. So there's like a couple of features on these modes, in this mode, sorry. The one is the missiles. You can actually fire them by pressing down on this little button here, and it's got quite a decent firing power, let's say. And then the other one is, in the show he never actually had any legs, so what they've done is you can semi-transform the legs by turning them sideways and just stick these two pegs and the two holes together, like so. Open up these silver panels, which reveal rocket thrusters, and basically have a somewhat representation of the show. But to be honest, it doesn't actually look anything like the show. So as for, let me just transform it back. As for the articulation, I mean, this is a deluxe figure, so a lot of it is on ball joint. The head is on a ball joint. It can rotate 360, but because of the flaps, it makes it a bit dangerous to do so. As I've said, this is my second copy of the figure. The first one I had was years ago, and the plastics were damaged, so I couldn't use it for the review. Then on to the shoulders. You can move 360 degrees rotation on the shoulder, and you can move in and out, 90 degrees. Then you also have a bicep rotation and a 90-degree bend on the bicep, and the hand is on a ball joint here on the tip, so you can rotate it. And this is soft plastic, so you can move it around a bit, but there's not really any articulation on that. No waist articulation. And then the legs are on a ball joint, so they can move pretty far up. I mean, he can turn himself into a Beyblade. He can move out, so you can do the full splits, and then you have a bit of a frontal bend on the knee due to, actually it's not due to transformation, and they just included it. And then you have a 90-degree bend backwards, and because of the transformation you have a toe bend, and you also have the heel bend. So I mean, it's quite articulated. For such a small old figure, it's quite articulated, but that's mostly because it's made out of ball joints. And I think that was the case for most of the figures back then. So let's get on with the transformation. Just gonna put the missile back. So for the transformation, it's really easy. You want to start with the hands. Just flip these panels down so you can hide the fingers, let's say, and then just place the arms on the side. Then you want to open up the chest. It's on a peg, and there is also a hole inside the chest that locks the entire thing into place. Unlock it from both sides, and then just move the head on this double hinge, and you want to move it upwards like so. Now you want to come to the bottom and just flip this. It's on a hinge here, and as you flip it, you want to move this section that's on another hinge right here backwards, and then you just want to snap this into place. And I'm gonna go onto the legs just to make it easier for myself. The legs are clipped here, so you just want to unpeg them like so. Then you want to flip it down like so, and then just close the toes and the heel together. And then you want to flip this hinge inside, and then rotate the leg so that it's facing upwards. Do this on both sides like that. And then, as you can see here, there's a hole and a peg, and there's a matching hole and peg on the legs. So just fold this hinge down and plug these into place. So there you have it. And then you want to come back to the head, just rotate it on the upper hinge so that the head just hides behind this panel. And then you want to adjust the arms like that. So you want to rotate these, you want to rotate the shoulder section so that this panel is facing upright, and then rotate the bicep so that this peg can fit into the hole in there, and just snap it into place. Do this on the other side as well. Just be a bit careful because these things tend to pop out. It's not that hard of a joint, so just pop it there and just fold down the chest pieces. They don't actually lock anywhere. Oop. Yeah. And there you have him in his jet mode. Now you can also rotate these. I think in the show it was, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, in the show it was facing this direction. So basically you also have the same color scheme again, this metallic blue, dark blue. It doesn't actually match the show that well. If I remember, he was a bit of a lighter blue with stripes on him. And then you also have this cream yellow and the lighter yellow and a bit of a more gloss yellow. Now, a few features he has in this mode. You have landing gear, let's say, which can be flipped out. It doesn't actually roll. It just allows him to stay in place. Then you also have this panel, which if you open it up, you can see the Vehicon logo, and I think this was where the spark was being held. And the last gimmick is if you push down on this lever, you have an extended head which actually has movement. So you can move it left, right, and a bit up and downwards. And this is to replicate the show, because in the show he could actually move his head here and there whilst in the jet mode. And it was quite funny actually. Now, as for size comparison, in this mode, here he is next to Leo Breaker or Leo Prime, and here he is next to Masterpiece Megatron. So yeah, this is a deluxe figure. So that's pretty much it about this figure. I've had this for a few years as well. It's been quite fun to play with, and if you can get your hands on this one, I would highly recommend it, especially for your kid, if he or she wants to grow up, you know, playing with Transformers. This is a very playable figure. It's quite fun. It is prone to breaking, especially these two pieces here. They can, you know, unglue. I think they're actually glued there. There's no actual screw or anything holding them onto the head. And you know, but other than that, I mean, this was like what, 20 euros back in the day. It wasn't really expensive, so it was quite easy to get this. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a terrible great, guys, and I'll see you again soon.